The National Dirt Racing League presents the night before the Pittsburgher 100, right here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway.
To me, it took a little bit of getting used to before we can win races here. So I think some of the guys that haven't raced here before for a while, maybe it would be a little bit of a disadvantage. So I'm hoping that our experience here.
Hey Mike, you're gonna want that one. You'll want that one, I think.
It'll be the 69 car of Johnny Hotchkiss out of Kennedy, Pennsylvania, looking for the green flag out of turn 4. 10 times around the speedway. Top 3 move on. And it'll be Alex Ferree with a hole shot. The Saxonburg, Pennsylvania driver takes him off into 1 and 2. A little bit of an elbow from Fager as he will go up into the second spot as we work down the back straightaway. Jackie Boggs in 3rd. And 4th, it's going to be Chubb Frank. Frank sitting on the hot seat as Rick Eckert now on the outside looking in 5th in car number 24. Lap number 1 will go to Alex Ferree. Riding in the second spot, it's Jason Fager knocking on the back door. In the 3rd spot, it's Chubb Frank. Now side by side for the lead out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Alex Ferree will be your leader. Sitting in the second spot, it's Jason Fager. In 3rd, Jackie Boggs. And 4th, Chubb Frank. Rick Eckert 5th right now as he continues to be on the outside looking in with 2 in the books and 8 laps to go. Alex Ferree, he works the hot side of the racetrack. Jason Fager, the hot side hustler, he's working the hub off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Your top 2 have a half a straight over the 3rd place car of Jackie Boggs. In 4th, it's Chubb Frank. Rick Eckert closing in on Chubb Frank as they battle for that 4th and final transfer. Now with 3 laps in the books, 7 laps to go. And it's all Alex Ferree out front in car number 10 as he is starting to stretch it out. The driver with 10 wins on the year, the 2013 Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway track champion, and the track champion at Lernerville Speedway, and the Joe Corrado Motorsports car number 10, and he is walking the dog as Fager's watching him get smaller and smaller in front of him. In the 3rd spot, it's Jackie Boggs. In 4th, it's Chubb Frank, but here comes Rick Eckert as we got a battle for position. 4th and final transfer, Chubb Zilla's got it. Scrub wants by, and they'll battle off turn number 4 as we now pass the halfway point. 5 down, 5 to go. Rick Eckert rides in 5th. Back in the 6th spot as they run, it's Tim Dome. In 7th, it's Crummer. In the 8th spot, Matt Urban. John Hotchkiss rounds out your field in 9th. Top 3 move on to the main event. 3 out of this one, first of 6 heat races. And it's Alex Ferree continuing to walk around. Alex Ferree working inside. As we come around to complete lap number 7. 7 down, 3 to go. Jason Fager rides in 2nd. Jackie Boggs back in 3rd. Now Rick Eckert, he'll take over 4th. Still outside looking in with only 3 cars moving on to the main event. So have to go up to beat main. Approaching 2 to go. Now Alex Ferree 2 more times around the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway as he works down the back straightaway. He's got almost a straightaway lead on Jason Fager, who's content to ride in 2nd. In the 3rd spot, it continues to be Jackie Boggs. Out of turn number 4, white flag in there. One more time around the speedway for the Saxonburg, Pennsylvania driver, Alex Ferree. He'll work the high side through turns 1 and 2. Jason Fager in second. In third, Jackie Boggs. In fourth, Rick Eckert. In the fifth spot, it's Chubb Frank. Tim Doan in sixth. As off turn number 4, checkered flag will wave, and it's Alex Ferree taking the win. Coming home in the second spot, it'll be Jason Fager. In third, it'll be Jackie Boggs. Coming home in fourth, Rick Eckert. Fifth will go to Chubb Frank, as Eckert and Frank will go off to the B main. Tim Dome in sixth, Garrett Crummert in seventh, Matt Urban eighth, John Hodgkiss in ninth. Finishing third in heat race number 1, moving off to the main event, the 4B, out of Grayson, Kentucky, Jackie Boggs. Coming home in second out of Bloomington, Illinois, the high side hustler, Jason Fager. And what about it, PPMS, for your track champion, Alex Ferree? He wins heat race number 1. He will move on to the redraw here tonight. The driver of car number 10 out of Saxonburg, Pennsylvania, the Joe Corrado Motorsports, Franklin Rear Ends, Blue Mountain Energy. Car number 10, Rocket Roush Yates entry. He is going to head down and talk with Dustin Jarrett.
Ben, back up to you.
Heat race 2 coming to the green. Josh Richards, K-Rob, Ken Robinson, your front row. Austin Hubbard, Jamie Latham on row 2. Colton Flinter, Donnie Moran. Then it's Michael Davis, Boom Briggs, and Derek Stefanik, as we'll find out the deal with Ferree as we go green off turn number 4. They move off into turns 1 and 2. And it's going to be Richards. Oh, a little bit of contact with K-Rob as we'll stay green down the back straightaway. Josh Richards, your leader. Kent Robinson in second. In the third spot as they run right now, it's Austin Hubbard. Back and forth, Donnie Moran. He's won this race 3 times. And now it's Jamie Latham working to his inside as they battle for the 4th position. 1 lap down, 9 to go. Josh Richards, your leader. Kent Robinson in second. Austin Hubbard in third. Latham in fourth. Donnie Moran in fifth. Hodgkiss rods, back in the pack. That's going to be the 69 car of Hodgkiss. As we work off turn 4, Boom Briggs back in the pack as well. As Colton Flinter, actually the 75, not the 69, the 75 of Colton Flinter. He goes to work on Donnie Moran. He brings Boom Briggs with him. And it'll be 3 down, 7 to go off turn number 4. Josh Richards with 15 wins on the year, your current World of Outlaws Superlate Auto Series points leader, and he is walking the dog here in heat race number 1. He is turning his last time by a 19.014. That would have been quick time here tonight, as right now Josh Richards absolutely rolling. Kent Robinson sits in second. Back in the third spot, holding on to the transfer spot. It's going to be car number 11 of Austin Hubbard. Jamie Latham on the outside looking in next time by 5 down, 5 to go. Latham rides in fourth. In the fifth spot, it's Donnie Moran. In sixth, Colton Flinter. In seventh, Boom Briggs. Back in that eighth spot, it's going to be Mike Davis, and Derek Stefanik rounds out your field in position number 9. So once again, top 3 move on to the main event here in heat race number 2. And it's Josh Richards, your leader, down the back straightaway. He's got a straightaway advantage over Kent Robinson, who rides in second, Hubbard in third. Speedway, and it's Josh Richards, your leader, and his lead is ever growing right now. And sitting in the second spot, Kent Robinson. Robinson's got an eternity over the third place car of Austin Hubbard. Hubbard's got about half a straightaway over Jamie Latham, as we now have 7 down, 3 laps remain, and it's the Rocket Man, Josh Richards. He is pursuing his 16th win of the 2013 campaign here tonight, and he is making it look easy right now as he closes in on the lap car of Derek Stefanik here in heat race number 2. 2 laps remain for the Rocket House car of Josh Richards. Kent Robinson comfortably in second, and the Club 29 Rocket back in third. It's the Rocket of Austin Hubbard, the breast cancer awareness number 11. In fourth, Jamie Latham. In fifth, Donnie Moran. In sixth, Colton Flinter. Boom Briggs in seventh. Mike Davis eighth. Stefanik in ninth. As the white flag displayed one more time around the speedway for the Rocket Man, Josh Richards. He heads off into turns 1 and 2, and he has got a full straightaway lead over Kent Robinson, who rides in second. Austin Hubbard holds on to the third spot, and in the fourth spot, it is Jamie Latham. As off turn number 4, checkered flag waves, and Josh Richards takes the win. Coming home in the second spot, it's going to be Kent Robinson in car 7R, your third and final transfer out of heat race number 2. It'll be the Delaware Destroyer, Austin Hubbard in car number 11. In fourth, Jamie Latham. Coming home in the 5th spot, Donnie Moran, 6th, Colton Flinter, Boom Briggs in 7th, Mike Davis 8th, Stefanik in 9th. So race fans coming home 3rd in heat race number 2 out of Seaford, Delaware, the Delaware Destroyer, Austin Hubbard in car number 11. In 2nd, it's K-Rob Kent Robinson out of Bloomington, Indiana. And the winner of heat race number 2 out of Shinston, West Virginia, the Rocket Man, Josh Richards in car number 1, the Rocket House car. Sloybert Calf Ranch is number 1. And getting word, the last heat race, Alex Farid disqualified. Deck height did not meet the requirement, so Alex Farid disqualified in Heat 1. Row 3, Steve Shaver out of Vienna, West Virginia. The number 6 Longhorn to his outside, John Garvin Jr. out of Sarver, Pennsylvania. And Mark Pettyjohn, Tony Mussolino on the back row. 8 cars, 3 more to the main event. Heat 3 of 6 coming to the green flag, and we're underway. And Brian Burkhofer takes him off into 1 and 2. 3 wins on the year for that driver. Another driver with 3 wins goes to work on him. Dell McDowell in car 17M. The MB Customs out front, the Warrior in 2nd. They're 3 wide for 3rd down the back straightaway. Mike Norris moves up to 3rd as he looks to the outside of Steve Shaver and right through the middle of him. What a battle right now as the 38 car of Jim Stebbins out of Baltimore, Pennsylvania, trying to figure out what has happened. In 1 lap, he goes from 2nd back to 5th. Meanwhile, out front, it's Brian Burkhofer, your leader. Del McDowell rides in 2nd. In the 3rd spot, it's Mike Norris. In 4th, the 6th car of Steve Shaver. Steppins in 5th. And riding right behind him in 6th is John Garvin Jr., Mark Pettyjohn in the 7th spot. And in 8th, car number 21 of Tony Mussolino. As we'll have 3 down, 7 to go off turn number 4. 3 laps in the book, 7 laps to go for your leader, Brian Burkhofer. The 2012 World 100 champion and the 2012 Silver Dollar Nationals champion at I-80 Speedway. 3 wins on the year for the driver of the Kaiser Manufacturing Cheap Cars ASI Racewear MB Customs. Car number 15 as Burkhofer right now a half a straightaway lead over Del McDowell, who's got the Warrior car here this weekend. He switched back and forth between the Warrior and the Masters built in 2013. And he has got the number 17M sitting in 2nd, the Earnhardt Childress Racing Engine. In 3rd, the 72 car of Michael Norris, and Norris in 3rd, but picking up behind him as the 6 car of Steve Shaver now into 4th, right to his inside. It's going to be the number 35 car of Steppins, 38 of Steppins, as business picking up right now for that 3rd transfer spot. 6 down, 4 to go this time off turn number 4. 6 in the books, 4 laps remain for your leader, Brian Burkhofer. Del McDowell comfortably in 2nd, but Michael Norris coming under fire back in 3rd as he's got Shaver reeling him in and he's bringing Steppins with him. 6 laps complete, 4 to go. Brian Burkhofer, broken hand back in the summer at I-80 Speedway, missed several events. It's really affected him. But right now, he is looking awfully strong. He entered this event 5th in the National Dirt Racing League point standings. And he is trying to race his way into the redraw here tonight. In the 2nd spot, it's McDowell. In 3rd, it's Michael Norris. Steve Shaver behind him. Right behind that duo, it's Jim Steffens in 5th. John Garvin Jr. in 6th. Pettyjohn in 7th. Mussolino has taken it pit side now with just 2 to go. 8 laps down, 2 to go in heat race number 3 of 6 as Brian Burkhofer looks to move off to the redraw for the main event. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be one more time around the speedway for Berkey. Brian Burkhofer, your leader. In the 2nd spot, it's Del McDowell. Michael Norris still in 3rd. He's got pressure from behind him, though, as here comes Steve Shaver. Shaver trying to mount a last lap charge for that final transfer spot. Jim Stebbins back in 5th. Turn number 4, checkered flag in there. It's going to be Brian Burkhofer claiming the win. Coming home in the 2nd spot, it'll be Del McDowell. In 3rd, it'll be Michael Norris holding off Steve Shaver. Shaver in 4th. Coming home in 5th, Jim Stebbins, John Garvin Jr. in 6th, Mark Pettyjohn in 7th, and Mussolino out of the race in 8th. So heat race number 3 in the books. Coming home in 3rd, moving off to the main event, your defending track champion Michael Norris in car number 72 out of Saxonburg, Pennsylvania. In 2nd, the number 17M of Del McDowell out of Chickamauga, Georgia, the Team Dillon Racing number 17M. And your winner, he comes to us out of Muscatine, Iowa. It's Berkey, Brian Burkhofer, and the Kaiser Manufacturing ASI Racewear Cheap Cars Holstein Brothers Integra car number 15, and he'll go down to Vasquez, and Dustin Jarrett will catch a winner for him as heat race 4 sits in staging. and John Henry in the 18 out of Ada, Ohio. George Kowatic out of Moon Township, Pennsylvania in the 27 with Ed Ferree out of Saxonburg, Pennsylvania in the 4, and Mike Altabelli Jr. out of Saxton, Pennsylvania, and car number 79 as we'll go green. 4 of 6 on the speedway. And we are going to try that one again as race director Jason Shank would not like it what he was seeing there. Mason Ziegler getting a little throttle happy in the 28 car of Eddie Carrier Jr. That is your pole car. He sets the pace. He starts the race. And Mason Ziegler will get pushed back 1 row. You get 1 shot at it, and that's it. So Ziegler goes back a row. That puts Davey Johnson outside row number 1. Davey Johnson, the only driver to win this race 4 times. Mason Ziegler outside of row 2. Row 3, Colby Fry and John Henry. Kowatic and Ferree on row 4, and Altabelli Jr. bringing up the tail of the field. 9 cars, 10 laps, top 3 to the main event. Heat race 4 of 6 for the National Dirt Racing League, and it's making its way to the green flag as we are underway. Off into turns 1 and 2. Eddie Carrier Jr. storms to the lead. Davey Johnson in second. And the third spot is 0-2. Now it's going to be Ziegler going to work on him as Ziegler and Burgoon battle it out for that third and final transfer. Lap 1. Who's it going to be? It's going to be the Salt Rock Express, Eddie Carrier Jr. Davey Johnson in second, Burgoon in third, Ziegler in fourth. Side by side back in the pack as they battle for fifth. Colby Fry along with John Henry battle with Colby Fry. And now it's going to be Henry moving up to fifth as Ziegler goes to work on Burgoon off turn number 4, side by side for the third line. And it's nose, Burgoon by nose over the 25 of Ziegler. Meanwhile, Colby Fry duke it out for the 5th spot. And it's going to be Henry taking over 5th. Fry back to the 6th position. Kowatic rides in 7th, Ferree in 8th. Altabelli Jr. rounds out your field right now in 9th here in heat number 4. 3 laps down, 7 to go, and it's Eddie Carrier Jr. leading the way. He's got a half a straightaway lead over the 1J of Davey Johnson. In the 3rd spot, it is Ziegler. In 4th, Burgoon. Back in 5th, John Henry. Henry would love to see a caution right now as he looks to hold off Colby Fry. Next time by, 5 down, 5 to go. 5 in the books, 5 to go off turn number 4. Eddie Carrier Jr., he had a frustrating summer, and then he got upside down in Knoxville a few weeks ago. Badly tore up that race car, but right now things are feeling pretty good for the Salt Rock Express. He's got a half a straightaway advantage over Davey Johnson, and Ziegler is reeling in juice right now as the Endangered Outlaw is in pursuit of Davey Johnson for that 2nd spot. Time's starting to run out, though, as we got 6 down, 4 to go, and it's all Eddie Carrier Jr., your leader here in heat race number 4. They work off into turns 1 and 2 right through the middle of the racetrack. Carrier Jr. making it look easy in this one, as Davey Johnson holds about a 6-car length advantage over the number 25 of Mason Ziegler. Burgoon a distant 4th right now, as it looks like he is going to head off to a B main. Colby Fry has got back past John Henry. Fry in 5th, Henry in 6th, Kowatic in 7th, Ferree in 8th. Ultimately rounds out the field in 9th, as we're going to have 2 to go off turn number 4. 2 more times around the speedway for Eddie Carrier Jr. Motorsports Rocket Race Car. He continues to lead the way as he works through turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Ziegler making a charge on Davey Johnson. Only 4 car lengths separate them as they work down the back straightaway. Off into turns 3 and 4. White flag displayed one more time around the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway as we work down the back straightaway. Off into turns 1 and 2. Eddie Carrier Jr., he's got this one under control. Davey Johnson now, he'll stretch it out a little bit on Ziegler as through turns 3 and 4. Final time out of turn number 4. Checkered flag in there. It's the Salt Rock Express taking heat number 4. Eddie Carrier Jr., your winner in car 28C. Coming home in 2nd, it's Davey Johnson. In 3rd, Mason Ziegler. Burgoon heads off to the B main in the 0-2 car. Coming home in 5th, it'll be Colby Fry. In 6th, it's going to be John Henry, then George Kowatic, Ed Ferree, and Altabelli DNF as he pulls off early. Finishing in the 3rd spot out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania, the number 25 of the Endangered Outlaw, Mason Ziegler. Coming home in 2nd out of Latrobe, Pennsylvania, it's Davey Johnson in the 1J. And your winner out of Salt Rock, West Virginia, it's Eddie Carrier Jr. in car number 28C. The Rocket, Grover Motorsports, Engines Inc., Hess Stewart and Campbell Accountants, Blue Ridge Machinery and Tools, Cox Record Service, Hoosier Tire Integra, CV Race Products number 28, Lynn Geisler out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, the 1C, and Tommy Beck in the 91 as we go green. Once again, 10 cars, top three go on to the main event, Heat 5 of 6, and we are underway. Greg Satterley gets a great start as he blows up the tires, heading off into 1 and 2. He's got a challenge, though. Eric Wells looks to his inside. Satterley, your leader, down the back straightaway. Wells in second, and now here will come Jared Miley on the outside. Top three breakaway. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Off turn number 4, it's going to be the truth. Greg Satterley, your leader. In second, Jared Miley. In third now, it'll be Eric Wells. Wells goes back to work on Miley side by side for the second spot out of turn 2. Wells inches ahead. Miley will get a big run down the back straightaway. It's Wells by half a car length for second, off into turns 3 and 4. Miley pulls alongside. Who is it going to be off turn number 4? And it's going to be Miley back to the lead. Eric Wells in third. In the 4th spot, that time out of the Keith Barber. Jimmy Mars rides in 5th. In the 6th spot, it's Brian Ruhlman. Lynn Geisler in 7th. Tommy Beck rides in 8th. As we'll have 3 down, 7 to go this time out of turn 4, and it's still Miley in second. Wells working on him, though, as now Jimmy Mars, he'll work to the inside of Keith Barbara. They go in side by side for the 4th spot. Mars and Barbara side by side for 4th. Down through turns 1 and 2. Great battle right now for the first driver that'll start on the front row of a B main. And now Jimmy Mars will inch ahead. Mars started back in 5th. He runs in 5th as here comes Barbara. A good run off turn number 4 as they continue to duke it out right now for that 4th position. Meanwhile, out front, it's Greg Satterley, your leader. In the 2nd spot, it's Jared Miley. In the 3rd spot, it's Eric Wells. In 4th, it's Barbara. Jimmy Mars in 5th. Ruhlman in 6th. As he battles with Lynn Geisler. Tommy Beck has taken it pit side, it looks like, in car number 91. Out front, it's Greg Satterley chasing his 2nd straight Pittsburgher title. He won this race a year ago. Jared Miley trying to make up ground on him in that H1 car. Eric Wells rides back in 3rd. He had never seen this racetrack until this weekend, and right now he is trying to race his way into the main event. Barbara in 4th, Mars back in 5th. In 6th, it's Geisler. In 7th, it's Ruhlman, and Tommy Beck out of the races. Now it'll be 7 down, 3 to go off turn number 4 for Greg Satterley, who has had a fantastic year. 7 wins, 2 World of Outlaw wins. He's the Appalachian Mountain Speed Week champion, and right now he leads the way in heat race number 5 for the National Dirt Racing League. Night number 1 of the 25th annual Pittsburgher 100, and your leaders will see 2 to go off turn number 4. As the truth leads the way, riding back in 2nd, it's Jared Miley. Miley made a little bit of ground on the leader, but now he comfortably sits in 2nd. Eric Wells in 3rd. In the 4th spot, it's Keith Barbara. Back in 5th, it is Jimmy Mars. White flag displayed off turn number 4. One more time around the speedway for Rochester Mills, Pennsylvania's Greg Satterley. Satterley takes the white flag. He leads Jared Miley, Eric Wells, Keith Mars, Keith Barber in 4th, Jimmy Mars in 5th, guys. Brian Ruhlman in. As the checkered flag waves off turn number 4, and Greg Satterley takes the win in heat race number 5. Jared Miley in 2nd. In 3rd, it'll be Eric Wells, Barber in 4th, Jimmy Mars in 5th. In the 6th spot, it'll be Geisler, and Ruhlman rounds out your field. So heat race number 5 in the books. Coming home in the 3rd and final transfer out of Hazard, Kentucky, the number 18 of EZE, Eric Wells. In 2nd out of South Park, Pennsylvania, Jared Miley in the H1. And what about it? Your defending Pittsburgher champion coming to us out of Rochester Mills, Pennsylvania, the Rocket Roush Yates Racing Engine, Satterley Petroleum Distributors, East American Motorsports, Polaris, WeldZeroWraps.com, number 22, Greg Satterley. That's the truth, race fans. He wins heat race number 5. Mike Knight out of Ripley, New York, ULMS points leader. And Dennis Erb Jr. and Kerry Gasser getting ready to go green flag off turn 4. What a field we got in this one as the green flag is displayed, and we are underway. Billy Moyer gets a huge hole shot, and he'll take him off into 1 and 2. In the 2nd spot, they're 3 wide. Look out, here comes the 0 of Baker. Baker splits Clanton, and he splits the 0 car of Scott Bloomquist down the back straightaway. Off into turns 3 and 4, lap 1, it's Billy Moyer, your leader. In the second spot, as they're on the side, Bob Bloomquist. In third, it's Steve Baker. Riding in fourth, it's Shane Clanton. Now Clanton will get shuffled back. Now Clanton goes to the inside of Baker. Clanton up to third, Baker back to fourth. Good battle for that final transfer spot. Steve Baker and Shane Clanton, 2 former champions of this event. Meanwhile, they're chasing Scott Bloomquist, who's won this race 3 times. Billy Moyer leads the way out front in car number 21. Good racing right now. Billy Moyer, I tell you what, not many races that he has never won. Well, this is one of them, race fans, as Billy Moyer leads the way. Now with 3 laps in the books, 3 down, 7 laps to go. And Scott Bloomquist in that backup car trying to reel in your leader. Back in third, Shane Clanton. He's come to life after stumbling in the race. As Billy Moyer works him off turn number 4, and he will lead lap number 4. 4 down, 6 to go. Scott Bloomquist rides in the second spot. In third, it's Shane Clanton. In fourth, it's Steve Baker. In fifth, Mike Knight. Tim Sinek in sixth. Dennis Erb Jr. struggling. He rides back in seventh. And Carrie Gasser, she rounds out the field in eighth. As we're now halfway. 5 down, 5 to go. And your National Dirt Racing League points leader, Billy Moyer, he leads the way. Car number 21, 7 wins on the year, including a $20,000 payday. He picked up at Roaring Knob Motorsports Complex back on Labor Day weekend. And he's got a half a straightaway lead over Scott Bloomquist, who rides in second with just 4 to go. Bloomquist has got a half a straightaway over third place, Shane Clanton. Shane Clanton leads the way down the back straightaway. Shane Clanton leads the way in third down the back straightaway. Steve Baker, looks like that former champion might have to move off to a B main if he doesn't find something and find it quick now. With 7 laps down, 3 to go. It's Billy Moyer, your leader. Riding in the second spot, it's Scott Bloomquist. In third, Shane Clanton. In the fourth spot, it's Steve Baker. Fifth, Mike Knight, your ULMS points leader and 2011 champion. Tim Sinek now, he finds himself being passed by Dennis Erb Jr. as we have 2 laps remaining for your leader, Billy Moyer. That victory circled by Moyer Clements, Henderson Motorsports, Sparks Motorsports, Midwest Sheet Metal, car number 21. Off of turn number 4, he encounters lap traffic. Carrie Gasser right in front of your leader. White flag in there one more time around the speedway for Billy Moyer. Moyer will clear Carrie Gasser down through turns 1 and 2. She'll fall behind him. Scott Bloomquist almost a full straightaway back in second. Shane Clanton in third. Off into turns 3 and 4. Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer, your NDRL points leader. He wins heat 6 and moves to the redraw. Coming on the second spot, it'll be Scott Bloomquist. In third, Shane Clanton at third and final transfer spot. Steve Baker will come home in the fourth spot. In fifth, it's going to be Mike Knight in car number 9. 6, Dennis Erb Jr., Tim Sinek in 7. As Carrie Gasser will not finish it. Heat race number 6 now in the books, and coming home in third out of Zebulon, Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs, Shane Clanton in car number 25. Coming home in second, it's Scott Bloomquist out of Mooresburg, Tennessee. And race fans, he's won just about every big race, but he has never won this one. Out of Batesville, Arkansas, the winner of Heat 6, Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer in car number 21. The Henderson Motorsports, Banner Valley Hauling, Midwest Sheet Metal, L&D Trucking, Redline Oil, CarQuest, PRC entry, and he's going to talk to Dustin Jarrett.
Here in this first Constellation race, Ben, back to you.
Well, he's definitely got his work cut out for him as he is going to start inside of row number 2. As we look to go green off turn 4, race director Jason Shank talking to him, getting ready to light the candles. Green flag in there, we're underway. Jump break with a hole shot, he takes him off into 1 and 2. And Shaver's going to move to the outside, he's up to second. And Latham, he's going to fall all the way back to 4th, and after 3 wide for the 4th spot. Here comes Steppens to the inside. Tim Dome's back there as well. Donnie Moran up to 3rd. Lap number 1 is going to be Chubb Frank. Steve Shaver in 2nd. In the 3rd spot, it's Donnie Moran. Down the back, the front straightaway, Jamie Latham rides in 4th. In the 5th position, it'll be Jim Steppens in car number 38. Back in 6th, John Garvin Jr. As they work down the back straightaway. And the 6C car of Tim Dome, he has fallen backwards in a hurry as he's in danger of falling all the way back to a 10th spot. Now with 2 laps down, 10 remain. Chubb Frank leading the way. Steve Shaver in 2nd. In In the third spot, it's Donnie Moran. In fourth, Jamie Latham. Back in the fifth spot, car number 38 of Jim Stebbins. As we click away laps, now 3 down and 9 to go. And Boone Briggs trying to work his way through the pack. He is up into 6th as he started deep in the pack. He started back around the 11th position, and he's worked his way up into 6th. He would probably love to see a caution right now as he's trying to get into this main event. Meanwhile, Chubb Frank has checked out. Steve Shaver keep in touch, though. Shaver with a straightaway lead over third place, Donnie Moran. And Moran and Latham duking it out right now for the third spot. As they work off turn number 4, we got 5 down, 7 to go, and it's Chubb Frank, your leader. Sitting in the second spot, it's Steve Shaver. Back in third, Donnie Moran. Jamie Latham in fourth. In the fifth spot is Jim Stebbins. Boone Briggs in 6th. In the 7th spot, it'll be Colton Flinter. And right behind him in 8th, John Garvin Jr. Tim Dome in 9th. Garrett Crumrit in 10th. Mike Davis 11th. Petty John in 12th. Mussolino in 13th. Urban 14th. Hotchkiss 15th. Derek Stefanik in 16th. Alex Ferree out of the race. So we're past the halfway point. Your top 2 stretching it out. The battle on the speedway right now. Jamie Latham working on Donnie Moran off turn number 4. Donnie Moran has got the third spot. Latham one spot. Either way, that's the first spot to come up one spot short of making the main event as Latham thinks about a slider off turn number 2. He'll pull alongside him down the back straightaway. Donnie Moran rides in third. Jamie Latham in fourth. Now Moran slams the door on Latham through turns 3 and 4. Oh, Latham had to get on the binders to keep from getting into the back of Donnie Moran as we now have 8 down and 4 to go. And Chubb Frank, the driver out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania, is stretching it out on the field as he is now even pulling away from the number 6 car of Steve Shaver. Time out of turn 4. It will be 10 down and 2 to go. 10 down, 2 to go this time by for Chubb Frank as he leads the way with Steve Shaver in the second spot. They've got a straightaway advantage over Jamie Latham in third, Donnie Moran in fourth, Jim Stebbins back in fifth, Boone Briggs in sixth, Colton Flinter in seventh. In eighth, it'll be the J4 car of John Garvin Jr. The 29 car Crummer. He brings up the 9th position right now. Mike Davis in 10th as we will look for the white flag coming up out of turn number 4. One more time around the speedway for Chubb Frank. Frank closes in on the rear of the field. Derek Stefanik right in front of him. Steve Shaver might have a chance as they work down the back straightaway. Off into turns 3 and 4. Chubb Frank looks to the low side. Shaver will duck in right behind him. Off turn number 4, Chubb Frank will win B main number 1. Coming over the second spot, it'll be Steve Shaver. In third, Jamie Latham. Fourth, Donnie Moran. In fifth, it'll be Jim Stebbins. In sixth, Boone Briggs. Seventh, Colton Flinter. John Garvin Jr. in eighth. Garrett Crumrit in ninth. 10th will go to Mike Davis. 11th, Tony Mussolino. 12th, Mark Pettyjohn. 13th, Matt Urban. John Hotchkiss out of the race. In 14th, 15th, Derek Stefanik. Tim Dome and Alex Ferree do not finish. Go to the front gate. Once again, 50-50 ticket winner, 508. 4-4, that's a pink ticket. You won, go to the front gate as we go green out of 4. Brandon Burgoon and Keith Barbara, your front row. Green flag in there, we're underway. Off into turns 1 and 2. Barbara jumps to the lead. Burgoon's gonna push down in 1 and 2. And that opens the door for Colby Fry. He'll go to second now. Jimmy Mars will shoot past him. Mars from 4th to 2nd as Mars moves into the transfer spot. Colby Fry back to 3rd, Burgoon back into the 4th spot. Dennis Erb Jr., he's come to life. He's going to go past Burgoon into 4th as Burgoon is falling backwards in a hurry after starting on the pole of B main number 2. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be car number 17 of Keith Barbara, your leader. Jimmy Mars rides in 2nd. In the 3rd spot, it's Colby Fry. Colby Fry in 3rd. Now Fry's got a and Dennis Erb moves up to 3rd. As Dennis Erb Jr. has been shot out of a cannon in this one. He started back in 9th. He is already 3rd, and the regular from the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series on the outside looking in as he tried white 28. He's trying to roll in the white 28 of Jimmy Mars. 3 laps down, 9 to go. Keith Barber, your leader. Jimmy Mars in second. Dennis Erb Jr. in third. Colby Fry in fourth. Brandon Burgoon in fifth. In sixth is Steve Baker. Mike Knight in seventh. Link Geisler in eighth. John Henry back in ninth. Brian Ruhlman in 10th. Sinek in 11th. George Kowatic in 12th. And it'll be Kerry Gasser in the 13th spot as Altabelli rides right behind her. Out front, it continues to be Barbara, your leader. In the second spot, Jimmy Mars. Here comes Dennis Erb Jr. trying to reel him in. Six down, 6 laps to go. 6 laps in the books, 6 laps remain. And Dennis Erb to catch Jimmy Mars as they work down the back straightaway. Laps ticking away in this one. Right now, it's Keith Barber out front. He's led from the drop of the green. In the second spot, Jimmy Mars. Now here comes Dennis Erb Jr. Dennis Erb Jr. going to work on Jimmy Mars down the back straightaway. 3 car lengths back for Dennis Erb Jr. behind Jimmy Mars. 8 laps down, 4 laps remain. 8 in the books, 4 to go for Keith Barber and Jimmy Mars. Dennis Erb Jr. knocking hard on the back door of Jimmy Mars as they work down the back straightaway. Back in the 4th spot, it'll be Colby Fry in 5th, Brandon Burgoon in 6th, Mike Knight in 7th, Steve Baker, Lynn Geisler 8th, Sinek in 9th, Henry in 10th, Ruhlman 11th, then Kerry Gasser out of the event, Albatelli out of the event, Ferree out, and George Kowatic also out of this one, as now we just have 3 laps remaining. 3 laps remaining in this one as we work down the back straightaway. Off into turns 3 and 4, make it 2 to go off turn number 4 for Keith Barbara, as he is leading the way in this one. 2011 winner of this event. And he's trying to move off to the main event as he'll see the white flag out of turn number 4. Scratch that, he'll see 2 to go. No, white flag out of turn number 4 for Keith Barbara. One more time around the speedway for the driver out of South Park, Pennsylvania. In the second spot, it's Jimmy Mars. In third, it's Dennis Erb Jr. In fourth, Colby Fry. In fifth, Brandon Burgoon. In sixth, Mike Knight. Seventh, Steve Baker, Geisler, Sinek, Henry, and Ruhlman rounds out your cars on the speedway. Jimmy Mars closes in on your leader out of turn 4. Not going to be enough. Keith Barbara takes the win. Coming home in the second spot, it's Jimmy Mars. In third, it will be Dennis Erb Jr. In fourth, Colby Fry. In fifth, Brandon Burgoon. In sixth, Mike Knight. Steve Baker in seventh. Geisler 8th. Sinek in ninth. John Henry 10th. Ruhlman 11th. That rounds up B main number 2. So finishing in second out of Menominee, Wisconsin, Iceman Jimmy Mars in car number 28. And what about it for your 2011 Pittsburgher 100 champion out of South Park, Pennsylvania, the winner of B main number 2, Keith Barbara.
Max Blair currently 9th in the point standings in the 111. Jordan Peters, not with us tonight, is currently 10th. All right, drivers are for and salute them as they come down the front. Straight away, we get ready to roll here. 25 laps will be taking place here just a moment. Looking strong in the heat race, also in the dash as we get ready to roll. 25 laps coming your way. 11 different winners in 20 events. Schernhofer, Ryder, the 8 and 76 going to lead them off of turn 4. Here we come, wide to turn 4, 25 laps in front of us. As we watch a little 3, a little bit of 4 wide through 1 and 2, sorting it out. Schernhofer gets shuffled back to third by Holtgraver and Ryder. Heading into turn 3 and 4, a little 3 wide back there. We got a spin going on in turn 3. Right in front of the field, Jablonski just collected a couple of cars. Paul Jablonski in the 3 car. Caution over the speedway. No lap complete. It looks like Dan Angelicchio that got into him. Ron Hall in the 01H also turned it around to avoid hitting everybody else. Entered back out into the speedway, so looks like 24 cars remain on the speedway. Here we go. Holtgraver took the outside line. He'll lead him off at turn 4. Montgomery quickly dives to the inside of Ryder. Montgomery going to try to take advantage of Mike Pager's deep run in the middle of the pack. As we come off of turn number 2, Holtgraver, your leader. Schernhofer goes to second. Montgomery now up to third, shuffling Ryder back to that 4th spot. Schernhofer right up to the top side of the speedway. As we battle off of turn number 2, Mark Motes is backstepped just a little bit. He's all the way back to 7th spot. And the top 3 have broken away from the second group of 3 from 4th, 5th, and 6th. Right now, Holtgraver leading right through the middle side. Here comes Montgomery up off the inside. He'll take that second spot away from Schernhofer. Off the inside of turn number 4, 3-car battle for the top spot. Schernhofer along the wall, actually rubbing the wall, smacking the wall in turn 2. Schernhofer's ride's coming to an end on the back straightaway. Tommy Schernhofer got a little too deep into turn 1 and 2, caught the wall, rode the wall in turn 2, and he'll head back into the pit area. His run for the big cash money tonight. 3 laps complete. All right, going back to green, 22 laps to go. Montgomery with a good restart down off that inside groove. Charlier going to the outside, making it 3-4 wide in the middle of the pack back there as Montgomery's going to take a 1-car advantage down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Holtgraver going to keep the momentum side through the middle groove of turn number 4. Trying to come across who's going to lead lap number 4. It will be Montgomery, your leader, after 4. Holtgraver to second. Chad Ruhlman sitting in that 3rd position. Dennis Lunger has worked his way up to 4th spot. Lunger coming from his 8th starting spot. He's worked his way to the top 4. Mike Motes has dropped back all the way to 5th position right now, working off that 1st and 2nd turn. Meantime, Montgomery setting his sails and setting his sights on a big wide margin. Has opened up 5, 6 car lengths. Ruhlman's coming very quick to Josh Holtgraver to the backside of him off of turn number 4 to battle for that 2nd spot. Lunger's also closed that gap. Motes remains in that 5th position. Right now, 6th is Waters in that 11th car. He slipped back after that 3rd position restart all the way back to that 6th position. Michael Lake looks like he might be on the move right over here in about 7th and 8th spot right now to off the inside of turn 4. Meantime, Montgomery is just blistering the speedway. He's opened up his margin by a half a straightaway. Montgomery with 2 second place finishes in the last touring events on the 22nd and 28th of September. Is right now trying to pick up his 4th win to come into a 3-way tie with Pager and Blair for the most wins this season on the touring event. Pager still stuck a little further back in the about a 10th, 11th spot, way back there. The distance grows even bigger between Montgomery and Holtgraver. Ruhlman still sitting 3rd, 4th is Lunger, 5th is Motes. Pager now cracking the top 10 for the first time. Blair's on the move right now. He's moved up into 6th position. Blair trying to take over that 5th spot away from Mark Motes as Montgomery a half a track ahead of him. Heading down into turn 1, he's opened up his margin even wider. Lunger starting to close into the backside of the 4S of Chad Ruhlman. We are off of turn number 2. 11 laps down. 14 from the finish. Again, the top 3 will be trackside. Looking as Ryan Montgomery looking for his 4th touring event win. Now starting to pick off some lap traffic in the way of Butch Lambert over in the back straightaway. Andrew Wiley would be next on his list. looking at lap 13, coming to halfway for Ryan Montgomery. Holtgraver coming across in second spot. Right now, Chad Roman still third, Lunger fourth. Max Blair cracking the top five. Mark Boat sixth. Waters seventh. Lake is eighth. Satterley ninth, and it looks like Pager is in that 10th position. In the meantime, Ryan Montgomery hung up behind a little bit of traffic here, but the gap has not been closed as he weaves his way through lap traffic. 16-year-old Ryan Montgomery continues picking through lap traffic like a seasoned veteran. Holtgraver still about a half a track behind, even with all this lap traffic on the speedway. We're looking at about 9.5 laps to go. This time will be 9 laps remaining. Montgomery now coming to the outside of Charlier. Continues to lead. Holtgraver running in that second spot. Chad Roman still sitting third. Lunger's dropped off the pace a little bit, trying to track down the 4 car. And he sits in fourth spot. Max Blair fifth. Mark Moat sixth, seventh. Continues to be Waters and eighth. Eighth spot remains Michael Lake. Daryl Charlier is pulled off to the inside of turn number 1. The green flag continues to wave. We've got 17 laps completed. Here we go with lap number 18. Montgomery still mounting his charge. Around Michael Reft over here off of turn number 4 into turn 1. Looks like the 4 of Chad Roman starting to close into the backside now of Josh Holtgraver in all this lap traffic. Montgomery off of turn 4. Your second place car just now entering turn 4, so a straightaway advantage for your leader. Roman trying to get by Cody Dawson to get in that chase for that second position. We are down to the final 6 laps of this event as Ryan Montgomery comes wide off of turn 4. Boy, he is just like a seasoned veteran picking off that lap traffic. Again, that gap from second and third is closed up. There is your 4th place car, Dennis Lunger, about to be in jeopardy of losing that as Max Blair's on the move, trying to take that 4th position away over in turn 2. Blair coming from 11th position right now, trying to crack the top 4 for the first time. Ryan Montgomery is 2 cars away from lapping point leader Mike Pager. Lap 22 coming in. We are 3 from the finish. Ryan Montgomery setting up blistering pace, looking for win number 4. As we are closing into the 2-lap mark, Montgomery to the inside of turn number 4. About to put Mike Pager a lap down. He's second in points, Montgomery is. Pager is your point leader. And he's got to be totally surprised as Ryan just blows right by him off the inside of turn 2. As we come down, the white flag will be waving this time. White flag out for the final time in this event. 24 laps in, Montgomery, it's all his 4th win of the season. Right now, running in that second spot, remains the 0-0 of Josh Holtgraver. Ryan Montgomery, Fairmont, West Virginia, picks up win number 4. Second spot will go to Josh Holtgraver as he's about to come off of turn 4. The 4S of Chad Roman finishing 3rd. 4th spot will be Dennis Lunger will hold on for 4th. Max Blair rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, give him a moment to get unfastened. Got to get all the safety gear unhooked. Well, as we said, he was 18 points out going into tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 16-year-old Ryan Montgomery. Win number 4 of the Sweeney Rush Touring Series. Don't ask me why it's doing that. Congratulations on win number 4. How did that feel when you passed up the point leader there and lapped him?
It felt pretty weird. Usually that doesn't happen ever. Usually I'm the one getting lapped.
You say you're the one that's usually getting lapped?
Usually whenever I run bad, I usually get the one that's getting lapped, so.
I don't know why this is doing this. Ryan, great night, smooth racetrack. You had it all set up right from the very beginning. Did you have some kind of, some way setting up, some kind of idea what you wanted to do right off the get-go?
Not right off the get-go. We waited till the last minute, looked at the racetrack, see how it was, and ended up being good. Started getting tight there a little bit, like towards the center of the race, adjusted my brakes, and it was fine.
You know what? I alluded to everybody about the lap traffic. You look like a seasoned veteran walking in and out of traffic up and down the racetrack. Very, very smooth.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable at all times. I split a couple cars, really wasn't comfortable with that, but I figured they were beating down on my back door, so.
Anybody else you want to thank?
Warrior Race Cars, High Gear Speed Shop, Mountain State Plumbing, Central Supply, Slavic, Kevin that come and help me at work at High Gear, my dad, my mom, TJ Contracting, Genesis Shocks, Ultra Shield Seats, Franklin Rear Ends, and everybody that's helped me on my race car.
Well, congratulations on win number 4. Keep it up. You got a couple more to go.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come over and talk to our second place finisher tonight. Thought he had a good starting spot. All right, off the get-go, he tried to get going. Congratulations, Josh Holtgraver, on a strong run. I know you've been looking for a touring win all year.
Yeah, thank you. We had a good run here last week. We've been real consistent here. It's our home track. We haven't really traveled a whole lot this year, so we've been racing here. But it's a hard place to race on, so if you can get this place down, you can be pretty much good anywhere.
I would guess so. And like I said, you've been looking for a touring win all season long, and just a little bit close, or a little bit off tonight.
Yeah, we were good. We just weren't that good. And I can't thank these guys enough. My girlfriend Kate, my crew guy Jeremy, my dad, Bob Noblock, our sponsor, Jimmy Stagwell from Racers for Tots, Widener Heating, Rocket Chassis, Flinter Signs and Decals. Just everybody that comes and helps us out. Can't thank you enough.
You can come back tomorrow night and try it all over again.
We'll be here.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Holtgraver, your second place finish. Congratulations, Chad. You've been doing double duty tonight, running all over the place. Does it have an effect on how you drove this one?
Actually, that's my brother Brian, and I'm about half the man he is.
No, you're not.
No, seriously. Actually, in volume, I'm almost half. No, we ran good tonight. I got to thank Sean Nielsen and Brad Nolde for working on this car. That the last 2 weeks we kept saying, what are we going to do to catch Ryan Montgomery? And the guys worked their tails off, and apparently we didn't do enough because I lost track of where he was. So the racetrack was great. You got to give it to the guys down here. They produce Eldora. This is a World 100 field, and you got the World 100 track right here. So I'm in love with this place just as much as I am Eldora. The racing was good tonight. Everybody seemed to not tear their stuff up too bad, and I think the late model race is going to be pretty badass. So
there you go. You'll be back to try this again tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we'll do our homework tonight. Everybody's going to be partying out front, so we'll have a good time, but we'll focus on trying to beat this 12 tomorrow.
Congratulations on third.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for the Rush Late Model Series. Back up to you, Ben.
The opening night of the 25th annual Pittsburgher 100. It's time to get on your feet and salute these race car drivers. Let them know you are ready to see a show rolling to you out of turn number 4. It's time to come to your feet. Salute the royalty of racing, the kings of dirt. Make some noise for the National Dirt Racing League. As we are getting ready to get them underway here tonight. They're going to accelerate out of turn number 4 over 100 miles an hour by the time they get down to turns 1 and 2. Pace vehicles to the infield. We're going to pack them tight. Opening night of the 25th annual, the silver anniversary of the Pittsburgher 100. Race fans, are you ready to get this party underway? That's what I'm talking about. Green flag is going to fly to turn 4. Fager and Satterley, they get to the cone. They're in the box. Green flag, we are underway, and they're going to scream off into turns 1 and 2. Off into 1 and 2. Satterley's going to work the Haas out of the track. Fager right on the bottom. Down the back straightaway. Who's going to be your leader out of turn number 2? It's going to be Satterley inching ahead. Fager in the second spot. Billy Moyer back in third. Lap number 1 out of turn number 4. At the line, it's going to be Jason Fager, your leader. Greg Satterley, half a car length back in second. In the third spot, it's Billy Moyer. Eddie Carrier Jr. works back in the fourth spot. Then it's Josh Richards as we work down the back straightaway. Brian Burkhofer right behind them. Kent Robinson in the seventh spot. 2 laps down this time by Jason Fager, a half a straightaway advantage. And now Billy Moyer, he's going to go to work on Satterley. Billy Moyer up to second. Satterley will fall back to third as they work down the back straightaway. Off into turns 3 and 4, and now Mr. Smooth, Billy Moyer, your points leader. He has worked his way into the second spot, and he's going to set his sights after Jason Fager. Fager's led the first 3 laps, now 3 down. 47 laps remain, and Moyer will slip a little bit down in turn number 2, and that allows Josh Richards to close in. Richards now up to third. Satterley back to fourth. In the fifth spot, it's Eddie Carrier Jr. Back in sixth, Brian Burkhofer. In seventh, it's Kent Robinson. In the eighth spot, it's Dell McDowell. In ninth, Jared Miley. Davey Johnson rounds out your top 10 now with 4 down, 46 to go. And Jason Fager has set a blistering pace. He's got over a half a straightaway advantage over Billy Moyer this time by. We'll see what the separation at the line is as Fager completes lap 5. And from Fager back to Moyer, it's 2.3 seconds. So we'll monitor that and see how that shakes down over the next several laps. Josh Richards in third, Satterley fourth, Eddie Carrier Jr. in fifth. In sixth, Brian Burkhofer. Seventh, Kent Robinson. In the eighth spot, it's Dell McDowell. In ninth is Jared Miley. Now Austin Hubbard goes to work on the 1H car, the 1J car of Davey Johnson for 10th. Hubbard holds on to 11th. Back in 12th, it's going to be the B4 of Jackie Box. 13th is Bloomquist. 14 is going to be the 25 of Shane Clan. In 16th, it'll be Mason Ziegler. 17th to 18 of Eric Wells. Back in 19th, the 28 car of Dennis Erb Jr. Now Norris will go past Jr. Behind them, the 1-star car of Chuck Frank. Then is Keith Barber in 20th, Alex Free 21st, Shaver 22nd, Mars 23rd, Boom Briggs in 24th, Mike Knight 25th, Rick Eckert out of the race. 7 laps down as business is picking up. Jackie Boggs, Austin Hubbard, as well as Davey Johnson all waging war right now. Back there for the 10th spot. Great battle back in the pack. Meanwhile, out front, Jason Fager is motoring away from the competitors. Almost a 3-second advantage this time by for Jason Fager. Billy Moyer in second. Josh Richards a comfortable third. In the fourth spot, it's Satterley. In fifth, it is the 28C of Eddie Carrier Jr. Brian Burkhofer right behind Carrier. K-Rob having a good run. Kent Robinson in seventh. Dell McDowell 8th, Molly 9th. Jackie Box rounds out your top 10 as they race right now, and we are now 10 down, 40 laps to go, opening night of the Pittsburgher 100. Then Fager, he is working lap traffic. Chubb Frank will call it a night, the 1-star out of the race down the back straightaway. Boom Briggs has been lapped. Steve Shaver's been lapped. The next victim for Jason Fager will be Jimmy Mars, car number 28. Fager works the inside of Mars. Mars second in the point standings, and he finds himself going down a lap. Jason Fager goes to the inside of Jimmy Mars, and Jimmy Mars, who runs in 21st, will go down a lap. Boom Briggs out of the race. Mike Knight, he is going to call it an evening, as well as the non-pit side. And now we have 22 cars remaining in the race, 12 laps down, 38 to go. And Jason Fager continues to work through lap traffic. Billy Moyer's made up a little bit of ground, and he's bringing Josh Richards with him. As this time at the line, we complete a lucky lap number 13. And And the separation 1.6 seconds. So Moyer has cut Fager's lead in almost half, but now Richards goes to work on Billy Moyer down the back straightaway. Billy Moyer rides in second. Josh Richards in the third spot. Satterley in fourth. Eddie Carrier Jr. in fifth. In sixth, it is the 15 of Burkhofer. As Josh Richards keeping pace with Billy Moyer. Meanwhile, Jason Fager is going to put Michael Norris down a lap, and he goes around Alex Farid down the back straightaway as well as your 2013 track champion here at He's going to fall down a lap off into turns 3 and 4. "15 laps in the books, 35 to go." And Jason Fager has led since the drop of the green flag. Oh, Mike Norris hard into the turn 3 wall, and that is going to draw a caution. We'll see the first caution of the night come out as Mike Norris almost looked like something may have let go on that race car as he just made the hard turn into the catch fence down the back straightaway off into turn 3. But Fager now, the lead is gone. The leader, the rest of the pack is right there behind him. We'll see what he can do with clean track. 15 down, 35 to go, and we're back green out of turn number 4. Here we go. Jason Fager with a good hole shot. Eddie Carrier Jr. thinks about looking to the inside of Josh Richards. He'll think better of it. Now he'll backslide just a little bit as Satterley shoots past the 28 car down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, as Richards goes after Moyer, Moyer maybe should go after Fager right now while there's chance because Fager is already creeping away from the field. Meanwhile, side by side for second, it's Moyer in the 1 car, and Jackie Boggs has come to life in car 4B. Boggs makes it 3 wide, maybe a little bit of contact with Carrier Jr. Close quarters racing on the half mile down the back straightaway. It's Satterley, Carrier Jr., Boggs. You can throw a blanket on him as they battle for the 4th spot as they work out a turn at number 4. And Jackie Boggs having a great run right now. He's going to go up to 5th. He's not done. He's going to go after 4th as he goes after Satterley down through turns 4. Boggs started back in the 7th spot, and now Jackie Boggs up to 4th. As we come around to complete lap number 18, Satterley not going to give up that easy as Satterley looks back to the outside of Jackie Boggs. Good side-by-side battle right now for the 4th spot. Meanwhile, Jason Fager has a 1.9 second lead on Billy Moyer. Moyer's got 4 car lengths on Josh Richards. Richards got half a straightaway on Jackie Boggs. Boggs will finally clear the 22 car of Greg Satterley, though, as now Boggs will set his sights on 3rd place runner Josh Richards as we approach lap 20. As we work down the back straightaway, Jason Fager over a half a straightaway lead, approaching a full straightaway as the driver of car number 25 looks to be a man on a mission right now at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. 20 laps down, 30 laps to go, and that lead is growing. It's over 3 seconds on Billy Moyer. Now, Billy Moyer, he's not new to this game, obviously. You got to wonder if Moyer knows something. Is he? But 50 laps a long time around this half mile. Jason Fager right now has a blistering advantage, though. We talked about Fager's win at Hamilton County Speedway. That came on a half-mile oval as well. Not quite as fast as this one is here tonight. And right now, Fager is just obliterating the field as now Moyer has almost a half a straightaway lead on Josh Richards in the 2nd spot. So let's set the field with 20 to go. Jason Fager, your leader. Billy Moyer in 2nd. Josh Richards 3rd. Jackie Boggs 4th. Del McDowell in 5th. Greg Satterley 6th. Eddie Carrier Jr. 7th. Jared Miley 8th. Kent Robinson 9th. Eric Wells 10th. Brian Burkhofer 11th. Shane Clanton 12th. Mason Ziegler 13th. Austin Hubbard 14th. 15th. Scott Bloomquist. Keith Barbara 17th. 18th. Dennis Erb Jr. 19th, Alex Farid. 20th, Jimmy Mars. And then Davey Johnson's out. Michael Norris is out. Steve Shaver's out. Boo Briggs is out. Mike Knight's out. Chuck Frank and Rick Eckert all out of this race as we approach the halfway point. This time out of turn number 4, Jason Fager. We'll see the cross flags. 25 down, 25 to go for the driver of car number 25. Is he on the way to another $10,000 win? And Jackie Boggs, he is slowing down the back straightaway. Heartbreak City as he had a top 5 run going. And now the caution will wave for Jackie Boggs. Jackie Boggs had a great run going, and he shuts down that Swartz race car down the back straightaway. That driver has won $20,000 in the past month. 3 big regional wins. And right now, he's going to make that hard left-hand turn. He takes the Schwartz homegrown racing engine 4B to the infield, and we'll see Dustin Jarrett already headed that way. So we'll see if he can find out what happened to Jackie Boggs. As they're fading the numbers, as we'll go green out of turn number 4. Jason Fager chasing his first career National Dirt Racing League win. He's got a long way still to go, though, as we go green off turn number 4. Fager takes us off into turns 1 and 2. And he'll work the middle of the track. Billy Moyer goes up top. Josh Richards on the hub. Moyer gets a good run off turn number 2. Billy Moyer now 4 car lengths behind Josh Richards, as Moyer found a little bit of bite off the top side. Now Richards will try the middle of the track. They all skate off turns 3 and 4. Jason Fager leads lap 26. Now Del McDowell has come to life. Del McDowell now, he's going to go to work on Josh Richards and Billy Moyer. Business picking up good battle for the second spot as Richards looks to the inside of Moyer. Del McDowell lurking in the shadows. And now the 28 car of Eddie Carrier Jr., he moves in on McDowell as racers are starting to get racy as we approach lap number 30 of this 50. Jason Fager works down the back straightaway. This is he's done on every other restart. He is motoring away from the pack. Over a half a straightaway lead on Billy Moyer. Josh Richards in 3rd. Del McDowell in 4th. Eddie Carrier Jr. catching that battle for the 3rd spot, as now he works right behind Del McDowell and Josh Richards, who are side by side for 3rd. Carrier Jr. sits back in 5th. In the 6th spot, it's Kent Robinson in 7th. The 18 car of Eric Wells. And it'll be Greg Satterley right behind them. Jaron Miley with a good run going right now. He works back in the 9th spot. Shane Clanton rounds out your top 10. As next time out, it'll be 30 down, 20 to go. And Jason Fager would probably love to see the checkered flag, because right now he has an amazing car. Probably worried the longer he goes, the more chance something could go wrong. Right now, though, he is driving away from him. We'll see what his advantage is this time by. Last lap, it was 2.6 seconds. This time by 3.1. He gained a half a second on Billy Moyer that time by. A half a second quicker as they work off into turns 3 and 4 once again. And Jason Fager absolutely dominating this one right now. He's got a full straightaway advantage over Billy Moyer. Back in the 3rd spot, Josh Richards has regained control. Josh Richards firmly in 3rd. Del McDowell in 4th. Eddie Carrier Jr. in 5th. And 6th, Kent Robinson. 7th, Eric Wells. Satterley in 8th. In 9th, it's Miley. Clanton in 10th. 11th, Burkhofer. 12th as they run right now. We'll see who's running there with Burkhofer. That'll be Keith Barber in car number 17. Mason Ziegler in 13th. Scott Bloomquist 14th. Hubbard in 15th. Herb 16th. Mars 17th. That's as they run right now, as we're getting down into the last half of the race. 33 laps down, 17 to go. And Jason Fager, very, very impressive once again. His lead has slowed to almost 4 seconds as he works off turns 3 and 4. Billy Moyer, all he can do is ride in 2nd. Moyer's got half a straightaway over Josh Richards. Richards got half a straightaway over McDowell. McDowell's got half a straightaway over Eddie Carrier Jr. As you see a lot of guys moving around searching for different grooves right now, as the laps continue to go away in this one. Next time by will be 35 laps down. 35 down, 15 to go off turn number 4 for Jason Fager. Fager closing in on the tail of the field. The first car he'll catch, Dennis Erb Jr. Moyer rides back in the 2nd spot. Josh Richards in 3rd. In 4th, Del McDowell. In 5th, Eddie Carrier Jr. In 6th, it'll be Kent Robinson. In 7th, Eric Wells. Greg Satterley in 8th. 9th, Shane Clanton. Jared Miley rounds out your top 10 as they run. As now Clanton goes to work on Satterley as they battle for the 8th position. Meanwhile, the 25 car of Jason Fager continues to decimate the field. He puts the 28 car of Dennis Erb Jr. down a lap as we work out of turn 4. The next driver that'll be in front of him, the 28 of Jimmy Mars, with now just 13 laps remaining in this one. 13 laps to go, and Fager working down the back straightaway. He's got almost a full straightaway on Billy Moyer. Fager will go to work on Jimmy Mars. Right in front of Mars will be Austin Hubbard. Josh Richards firmly in third. McDowell, again, a comfortable fourth. As we are closing in on the final 10 laps, Fager's still trying to work around Mars. Mars on the high side of the track. Fager works the low side as they battle off turns 1 and 2. Right now, your top 10 gets stretched out on the speedway as Jason Fager has cleared Jimmy Mars. Now he'll go after Mason Ziegler as Hubbard has cleared Ziegler. Those two cars right in front of your leader. And this time off turn 4, it's going to be 40 down, 10 laps to go for Jason Fager. Jason Fager with 10 more times around the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway as he looks to the inside of Mason Ziegler down through turns 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Fager's next victim will be the 11th car of Austin Hubbard. Billy Moyer still in second. In third, Josh Richards. In fourth, the 17M of Del McDowell. In fifth, the 20 Carrier Jr. Carrier Jr. in fifth. Sixth, Kent Robinson with a great run going. Eric Wells strong in seventh. Clanton in eighth. Now Keith Barber in ninth. Jared Miley 10th. Satterley 11th. Bloomquist 12th. Burkhofer 13th. Hubbard 14th. Ziegler in 15th. Herb 16th. Mars 17th. Jackie Boggs out of the race. Alex Ferree out. Shaver out. Davey Johnson out. Michael Morris out. Boone Briggs, Mike Knight, Chuck Frank are all out of the race. Have just 8 laps to go. And Jason Fager trying to put Austin Hubbard down. Get down into the final few laps, and it is all Jason Fager as it has been for the duration of this event. Jason Fager now working 7 laps to go. He's cleared Austin Hubbard. He's got some breathing room. Brian Burkhofer in front of him, but a good 8 car lengths between Burkhofer and Fager. Laps ticking away in this one. Next time by is going to be 5 to go. 5 laps remain out of turn number 4 for your leader, Jason Fager. Inside of 5 laps remaining. .45 in the... Jason Fager continues to work through, right behind Brian Burkhofer. His lead over Billy Moyer, who rides in the second spot. We'll see what it is, 4.2 seconds. Fager can pretty much take it easy from here on out as he goes to work on Brian Burkhofer. Now Josh Richards. He's going to move past Moyer as they work down the back straightaway, and now Del McDowell's caught that battle as well as Josh Richards up to... As now we have 3 to go. 47 laps down, 3 to go, and your leader, Jason Fager. In the second spot, it's Josh Richards. In third, Billy Moyer, Del McDowell in fourth. Back in fifth, Eddie Carrier Jr. Jason Fager pulls right up to the rear deck lid of the 15B of Brian Burkhofer. Now alongside him, he'll see 2 to go. 2 more times around the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway for the high side hustler who works. Fager working the low groove down through turns 3 and 4. Off turn number 4, we're going to see white flag one more time around the speedway for the driver of the Bob Pierce car number 25 out of Bloomington, Illinois. Jason Fager chasing win number 10 of 2008. Jason Fager off down the back straightaway, off into turns 3 and 4. The winner of the opening night, the 25th annual Pittsburgher 100 out of Bloomington, Illinois, the high side hustler, Jason Fager. Coming home in the second spot, it's going to be the 1 car of Josh Richards. In third, it'll be Del McDowell in the 17M. Billy Moyer fades the 4th. Eddie Carrier Jr. 5th. Kent Robinson 6th. Eric Wells in 7th. Jared Miley in 8th. Keith Barber in 9th. Shane Clinton will come home in 10th. Scott Bloomquist in 11th. Greg Satterley 12th, Brian Burkhofer 13th, Austin Hubbard 14th, Ziegler 15th, Herb, and then Mars. Race fans, a huge win in the career of Jason Fager out of Bloomington, Illinois. Your winner, car number 25, Jason Fager. The Cheap Cars, Titan Industries, Pro Tire and Automotive, Griffin Sign Shop, Pierce, Ryan. entry, his 10th win of the season. He comes home and he takes the win. Josh Richards in second. And he's coming to the front straightaway, and we'll send it down to Dustin Jarrett.
And just as you had mentioned, Ben, they got everyone here up against the outside wall, and they've also motioned the driver out of Bloomington, Illinois, up here on the high side of the speedway as well. Getting high fives all around, and as he climbs out of the car, they're going to tell him to push it just a little bit forward. Gonna have it in that perfect spot. How about a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Your winner of this number 25, Jason Fager. Sometimes you got to be good, sometimes you got to be lucky. Tonight you were both.
Yeah, caught a break there in a heat race, but the way my last month's been, I haven't had anything but bad luck. So we got a little good luck tonight and drew that one pill, and I didn't think we had anything for him. I haven't been happy with the car, you know, since we've been here, and we changed some stuff there before the feature. I think we might have found a little something that made it steer a lot better, and boy, it was good. I mean, to be able to beat Josh as fast as he's been lately, and Moyer, I mean, I was nerve-wracking out there. And it's fast, and I was just trying to not make any mistakes and make it hard on him, and just be smart, and it worked out for us tonight.
Your car was very good out front. You were very good in the clean air, it seemed like, too.
Yeah, the car seemed really good anywhere. I mean, it was really good off the bottom, and I could bury it in and it'd stick in the middle and let it float out. I was really happy with it. I mean, it was pretty easy to drive, actually, and compared to what it had been since we've been here. So it just feels good. Like I say, as much bad luck as we've had this past month, it feels good to get the monkey off our back. And heck, this is the first NDRL show I've actually finished this year. We've fell out of every one, but it's a good one not to fall out of and win, I guess.
Of course, the big question now is, can you parlay this into a $25,000 victory right here tomorrow night?
It'd sure be nice, but this already made the weekend good. So, you know, we're going to hopefully the track stays as good as it is, and hopefully we can get everything, you know, back the way it was and keep it that good and fast and have some luck. And it'd sure be nice, but 100 laps or 75, whatever it is with this competition, it's going to be tough.
All right, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, have another big round of applause for your winner, the high side hustler, Jason Fager.
All right, so congrats to Jason Fager as we get ready. One more race to go tonight, the ULMS EMOD main event of the night. And 25 laps, we're getting ready to send them. And don't forget, we're going to start again tomorrow, hot laps at 5 o'clock. Concession stand open with breakfast coming up at 8 a.m. So make sure to mark your early morning calendars. If you're an 8 a.m. person, well, you're a better person than me. That's all I can say. So we're going to get ready to get him go. Jason Fager enjoying the spoils of victory lane. He puts the check over his head as the fireball goes off in the infield and a little bit of everything. And it's not a party until you've blown something up. And that's how we do it with the National Dirt Racing League. We're going to do it even bigger and better tomorrow night. That one will wake you up. It's a little cool out there tonight. We thought we'd warm you folks up. All right, lights are out. Dan Davies, Brian Ruhlman. That's your front row. 25 laps of chaos around the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. Pace vehicle pulls to the infield, down the back straightaway. Final race of the opening night of the Silver Anniversary, the 25th annual Pittsburgher 100. It all starts here tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to kick things up a notch. Final race going green out of turn number 4. 24 cars, 25 laps as we look to go green. They got them doubled up, and we are underway. Dan Davies with a hole shot. He'll pick him up into 1 and 2. Brian Ruhlman in second. Ruhlman will shove a little bit. 2. And Ruhlman straightaway. In the third spot right now, it's Evan Taylor, lap number 1. And it's going to go to the 220 car of Dan Davies. They'll work down the back straightaway. And Davies right now, decent lead. He's got about an 8-car advantage over second place. Brian Ruhlman. They'll go to the high side, down in turn 1 and 2. Fifth up back for the third spot. Evan Taylor's got it. Kevin Miller working him hard, though. As we complete lap number 3, 3 down, 22 laps remain. Ever so slightly, your leader stretching it out. Dan Davies, Brian Ruhlman in the second spot. Riding in. Jonathan Taylor in the 5th position. Chris Bassage in 6th. 7th, Jacob Hawkins back in 8th. Scott Stifler. As we're getting them stretched out in the top 10 with 5 laps down, 20 to go. 5 down, 20 to go. And out front it is all Dan Davies. He continues to motor away from the pack. Steve Dixon, your points leader. He started back in 18th, already into the 9th position. As the driver, car number 68, trying to march through the field. Tough start to the night for him. Right now, he's trying to make the most of it as he is hammered down around the high side. Continuing to click off laps now with 7 down as your leader rolls off into turns 1 and 2. Brian Ruhlman trying to stay in striking distance. He's about 10 car lengths behind your leader, Dan Davies. It's like 33 is going to call it a night as we got one slowed down in turns 3 and 4. And that's going to draw a 65 of Tom Martinick draws the caution down in turns 3 and 4. Looking for the green flag. And Dan Davies will get us back underway with 18 laps to go in the ULMS EMOD main event of the night as we go green. Davies will bobble down in 1 and 2, and that opens the door for Brian Ruhlman. They're side by side for the lead. Oh, we got them stacking up down in 1 and 2. Caution on the speedway as we got 4 cars wadded up at the top of turns 1 and 2. And again, it's going to be up to Dan Davies to get us underway. As we look for the green flag, we are underway. Turn for the lead. Up. Claims position. Evan Taylor. And now Hawkins working the high side. Jacob Hawkins up to 4th as they work down the back straightaway. Out of turn number 4, they'll complete lap number 9. 9 down, 16 to go. Now your leader's going to slip up down in turns 1 and 2. That opens the door for Ruhlman. Ruhlman will pull right back behind him. The Ruhlman had a chance for a second as he pulled alongside your leader, Davies. And now Jacob Hawkins, like he might have got some of the wall. He'll fall back a little bit. He was up running in the 4th spot. And now he'll fall back to 7th. Meanwhile, out front, Dan Davies holds down the top spot. Brian Ruhlman knocking on it. And Jacob Hawkins has come back to life as he is rocketing around the high side. He's up to 5th and worked down the back straightaway. Evan Taylor in 3rd. Bassage in 4th. Jacob Hawkins riding the high line. He currently sits in 5th now. 11 laps down, 11 down, 14 to go. And they're side by side for the lead through turns 1 and 2. Now Davies will inch ahead. Ruhlman right there waiting for one mistake. And now we got a 3-car battle for the 3rd spot. Evan Taylor, Chris Bassich, and Jacob Hawkins waging war for the third position. Hawkins has to get on the binders to keep from getting in the back of Taylor. Meanwhile, the 71 car, Bassich, will move up into third. Taylor back to fourth. And now Jacob Hawkins goes to work on him as this time by will be 13 down, 12 to go as we'll pass the halfway point. Out of turn number 4, 13 laps in the books, 12 to go. And it is still Dan Davies, your leader, Brian Ruhlman in second, Bassich in third. Hawkins rides back and forth. In the fifth spot, it's Evan Taylor. In sixth, Jonathan Taylor. Seventh, Kevin Miller. Eighth, Steve Dixon, who started 18. J.E. Salter in ninth. Scott Stifler in 10th. Randy Hall 11th. Carmen Piergo in 12th. In 13th, Dina Groves. 14th, Carl McKinney. In 15th, it'll be Kyle Bedell. Tom Bartnick in the 16th spot. Ken Zimmer in 17th. As Bassich has got trouble out of turn number 2, your third place car, he is off the pace. Looks like he will be able to make it to the pit area though. That moves Jacob Hawkins up into Jacob Hawkins into third. It's easy for you to say. As we work down off into turns 1 and 2. And it's Dan Davies still your leader. Ruhlman working the low side. Now Ruhlman will pull ahead of Davies over in turn 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Davies holding on to the lead. Brian Ruhlman going to work on him though. Good battle for the top spot. Jacob Hawkins back in third. 16 down, 9 to go off turn number 4. And it's still Dan Davies, your leader. Ruhlman trying to get a good run on the low side through turns 1 and 2. Davies gets a better run off the top side as they work down the back straightaway. Jacob Hawkins in third. Jonathan Taylor fourth. Evan Taylor in fifth. Out of turn 4, once again side by side for the lead with Dan Davies maintaining a narrow advantage. Now Ruhlman goes to the inside of Davies once again with a slider. Not enough there. Davies will power away from him off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Ruhlman sits in second once again. Jacob Hawkins a distant third. Jonathan Taylor in fourth. Evan Taylor in fifth. As we got 18 laps down. 7 laps remain in the ULMS E-Mod main event of the night. They're 3 wide back for the fifth spot. Evan Taylor, Kevin Miller, Steve Dixon all going at it. Dixon started all the way back in 18th. Now J.E. Salter will join that party. Next time by is going to be 5 to go. Next time out of turn 4, 20 in the books, 5 laps will remain as Ruhlman continues to try to make that low groove work. Dan Davies not having any of it though as Davies maintains the lead and they close in on lap traffic. Laps ticking away in this one. Kyle Bedell will go down a lap in the next couple of laps now with 20 down and 5 laps remaining. And Dan Davies, he's led since the drop of the green flag, but Brian Ruhlman's been there every step of the way, the Clark Lake, Michigan driver. Off turn 4, 21 down, 4 to go. Dan Davies, your leader. Brian Ruhlman second. Jacob Hawkins in third. Jonathan Taylor in fourth. In the fifth spot, it's Evan Taylor. 6th, J.E. Staller. 7th will be Steve Dixon. 8th will be Kevin Miller. 9th, Scott Stifler. In 10th, it's Randy Hall. As we work around, get into the closing laps. If Ruhlman wants it, he better take it away here pretty quick as we're closing down 3 laps to go. And if anything, Dan Davies is starting to stretch that advantage. 3 laps remain and Dan Davies, that time by 0.8 of a second lead. Off turn 4 this time, 2 laps remain for Davies. Ruhlman's gonna turn up the pressure just a little bit. He's gonna have to turn it up a lot of bit if he wants to get to the lead. Jacob Hawkins trying to reel in that battle for the lead. Time is running out though, as we're going to see the white flag off turn number 4. Dan Davies, your leader. Now Hawkins going to go after Ruhlman in the 49 car. One more time around the speedway off turn number 4. And Jacob Hawkins goes around Brian Ruhlman. He'll move into second as they work down the back straightaway. Final time as they work it around out of turn number 4. And it's going to be Dan Davies coming up to take the win, coming home in the second spot. In the second spot, it's going to be Jacob Hawkins. Brian Ruhlman in third. Jonathan Taylor comes home in the 4th spot. In 5th, it's Steve Dixon. In 6th, it'll be Evan Taylor. 7th, Randy Hall. 8th, Scott Stifler. Carmen Piergo comes home in 9th. Dina Groves in 10th. So taking the win, the ULMS EMOD main event, it's Dan Davies claiming the win. Jacob Hawkins comes home in 2nd. Brian Ruhlman in 3rd. Jonathan Taylor in 4th. In 5th, it's Evan Taylor. 6th, Steve Dixon from 18th. Randy Hall in 7th. Scott Stifler in 8th. 9th, Carmen Piergo comes home. And in 10th, it's Dina Groves. And the 2 car, that'll be Kyle Bedell, Carl McKinney, Tom Martinek, Ken Zimmer, J.E. Nathan Loney. Then it'll be Matt Fulton. And Kevin Miller did not finish. Chris Bassich didn't finish. It'll be Brock Bircher,